Welcome to the world of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, where the traditional rules of money get turned upside down. Imagine growing up with two dads, one who follows the well-trodden path of working hard, saving diligently, and hoping for a comfortable retirement, and another who challenges every notion you've ever had about money, pushing you to think bigger, bolder, and outside the box. This is the story of Robert Kiyosaki's financial awakening, guided by his two father figures, his biological father, the poor dad, and his best friend's father, the rich dad. The stark contrast between their approaches to money will surely pique your interest. Kiyosaki's journey isn't just about amassing wealth. It's about breaking free from the shackles of conventional wisdom that tell us to go to school, get a job, and play it safe. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into the lessons that will not just change, but revolutionize how you think about money forever. These are not just lessons. They are life-changing principles that will inspire and motivate you to take control of your financial destiny. Chapter 1. The rich don't work for money. Let's start with a little tale of two curious boys, Robert and his friend Mike, who desperately wanted to be rich. These two weren't dreaming of fancy cars or private jets. Not yet, at least. They were just trying to figure out how to make money. Robert's real dad, a highly educated man, told him to study hard, get good grades, and find a secure job. Sounds familiar, right? But Mike's dad, the enigmatic rich dad, had a different plan. He believed that working for money would never make you rich. Instead, he taught them to have money work for them. Now, this wasn't your typical after-school lesson. Rich Dad's classroom was his business and the tuition. Their time, the boys worked for him for free. Yes, you heard that right. No paychecks, no allowances. Rich Dad wanted to teach them that real wealth isn't about trading your time for money. It's about learning how to make money work for you. And that's a lesson that stuck with them for life. As they swept floors and stocked shelves in Rich Dad's store, Kiyosaki and Mike began to understand something that most adults never do. Money is a tool, not the end goal. Rich Dad's lesson was clear. The rich don't work for money because they know money is just a means to an end. They use it to create more opportunities, more wealth, and ultimately more freedom. To put this in perspective, imagine your money as a team of workers. You can either make them toil away doing menial tasks, like paying bills, or you can train them to be managers who bring in more workers. The rich know how to grow their money teams, while most of us are stuck in the mindset of trading time for money. Action items. Take a moment to ask yourself, are you working for money where you trade your time for a paycheck? Or are you figuring out how to make money work for you, where your investments and assets generate income without you having to work for it? Start exploring ways to invest in income-generating assets like stocks, real estate, or even that side hustle you've been thinking about. For instance, you could invest in dividend-paying stocks, purchase a rental property, or start a small business that generates passive income. Begin your financial education today, whether through books, podcasts, or courses. The key is to start learning now. Chapter 2. Why teach financial literacy? Now let's talk about something that most of us never learned in school, financial literacy. You know, that thing that could have saved you from signing up for that credit card with sky-high interest rates, or taking out a loan for a car you couldn't really afford. Kiyosaki argues that the reason most people struggle financially is simple. They don't know how money works. And who can blame them? It's not exactly a topic covered in history class. Here's the crux of it. The rich don't just have more money. They have more knowledge about money. They understand the difference between assets and liabilities. Assets are the things that put money in your pocket, like a rental property that earns you monthly income, or stocks that appreciate in value. On the other hand, liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket, like a car that requires monthly payments or a credit card debt with high interest rates. Rich Dad drilled this lesson into young Robert. Buy assets, not liabilities. It sounds simple, but it's a game changer. The problem is that many of us think we're buying assets when we're really just accumulating more liabilities. It's like trying to fill a bucket with water when there's a hole in the bottom. No matter how hard you work, it just keeps draining away. To make this clearer, think of assets as trees in an orchard. Every tree you plant bears fruit year after year. Passive income that keeps coming in without much effort on your part. Liabilities, on the other hand, are like weeds. They might look harmless at first, but over time, they'll choke your financial orchard if you let them grow unchecked. Action items. Take a hard look at your finances. What are your true assets and what are liabilities in disguise? Start thinking like the rich. Focus on acquiring assets that will grow over time and bring in income. Even while you sleep, avoid the temptation to buy things that only drain your wallet. Instead, invest in your future. Chapter 3. Mind your own business. Okay, here's where things get interesting. Kiyosaki isn't just talking about starting a business. He's telling you to treat yourself like a business. That means focusing on building and growing your asset column rather than just collecting a paycheck and hoping for the best. Rich Dad told Kiyosaki to mind his own business, which at first might sound like he was telling him to butt out. But what he really meant was to take control of his financial future. Imagine you're an entrepreneur, even if you're currently working a 9 to 5. Every dollar you earn from your job is seed money. Money you can use to plant the seeds of future wealth. Maybe that's through investing in real estate, stocks, or a side business that could one day become your main gig. The point is, don't get too comfortable just earning a salary. Use it as a stepping stone to build something bigger. Rich Dad's advice was to keep your day job while you start building your assets on the side. It's about using your job as a foundation, not a finish line. It's like having a safety net while you practice your trapeze act. One day, you can fly solo. To drive this point home, consider the example of Jeff Bezos, who started Amazon while still working at a hedge fund. He didn't quit his day job until he was sure Amazon could support him. Bezos was minding his own business literally by building an asset that would one day become one of the most valuable companies in the world. Action items. Start thinking of yourself as a business. What can you do to increase your revenue streams? Use your current job to learn new skills and gain experience that will help you build wealth outside of your salary. Begin reinvesting a portion of your earnings into assets that will grow your wealth over time. Chapter 4. The History of Taxes and the Power of Corporations. Let's dive into something that might not sound exciting at first, but trust me, it's crucial. Taxes. Kiyosaki clarifies that understanding taxes and the power of corporations is like having a secret weapon in your financial arsenal. Here's the deal. The rich play the tax game differently from the rest of us. They know the rules inside and out and use corporations to protect their wealth and minimize their tax burden. Think of a corporation as a shield, a legal entity that can own property, make money, and, most importantly, pay fewer taxes than you do as an individual. While you're paying taxes on your hard-earned income, the rich are paying taxes on what's left after their corporations have deducted all sorts of expenses. It's like they're playing Monopoly with an extra set of dice. Rich Dad was a master at this. He taught Kiyosaki how to use the tax code to his advantage, legally minimizing his taxes while maximizing his investments. It's not about avoiding taxes, it's about understanding how to pay less and keep more of your money working for you. To give you a real-world example, look at how Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, uses corporations to his advantage. Buffett famously pays a lower tax rate than his secretary because he understands the tax benefits of owning a corporation. He knows that by structuring his wealth through corporations, he can reinvest his earnings and continue to grow his empire with minimal tax interference. Action items. Educate yourself about the tax laws in your country. Knowledge is power when it comes to keeping your money. Consider forming a corporation or LLC to take advantage of tax benefits and protect your assets. Talk to a tax advisor to explore strategies to help you legally reduce your tax burden. Chapter 5. The Rich Invent Money Now. Let's talk about creativity. Not the kind that helps you paint a masterpiece, but the type that enables you to invent money. Rich Dad believed that the rich don't just wait for opportunities to come to them. They create opportunities. They invent money by seeing possibilities where others see problems. Kiyosaki learned that the real secret to wealth is being financially creative. This isn't about getting crafty with glue and scissors, but thinking outside the box. For example, while others might see a rundown property as an eyesore, a financially savvy person sees it as a gold mine waiting to be polished. It's all about perspective. Rich Dad encouraged Kiyosaki to always look for opportunities, even in unlikely places. The key is to train your mind to spot them and then act on them. It's like being a financial detective, always looking for the next big thing others have overlooked. One of the best examples is Richard Branson, who has built an empire by spotting opportunities others missed. Whether it was launching Virgin Atlantic when the airline industry seemed impenetrable, or creating Virgin Galactic to pioneer space tourism, Branson's success comes from his ability to invent money in spaces where others saw only obstacles. Action items. Start cultivating a mindset of financial creativity. Look for opportunities in unexpected places. Take calculated risks, but don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're part of the learning process. Continue to build your financial intelligence through education and experience, so you can spot opportunities others miss. Chapter 6. Work to learn, don't work for money. This chapter is all about flipping the script on how you think about work. Kiyosaki tells us that we should work to learn instead of working for money. This is where Rich Dad's unconventional wisdom really shines. He believed every job is an opportunity to gain skills that will help you in the long run, even if the job itself doesn't pay much. Think about it. How many people choose a job based on their salary alone? But what if you chose a job instead because it would teach you something valuable? Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that the most important skills to learn are sales, marketing, management, and communication. These are the building blocks of any successful business. Once you have them, you're unstoppable. Kiyosaki himself worked in different industries, not because they paid well, but because they offered valuable learning experiences. It's like gathering the necessary tools to build your financial empire. Each new skill is a brick. Before you know it, you have a solid foundation. To make this concept more relatable, consider the story of Howard Schultz, who started working at Starbucks not just to earn a paycheck, but to learn everything he could about the coffee business. He eventually bought the company and turned it into a global powerhouse. Schultz wasn't just working for money, he was working to learn, which made all the difference. Action items. Identify the skills that you need to develop to achieve your financial goals. Seek out jobs or projects that will teach you those skills. Focus on learning and personal growth rather than just earning a paycheck. Embrace opportunities that challenge you and force you to learn something new. Chapter 7. Overcoming obstacles. Here's the truth. Achieving financial success isn't a walk in the park. There are obstacles, and they're not all external. Some of the biggest challenges come from within. Fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance can all stand in your way. But here's the good news. Once you recognize these obstacles, you can overcome them. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that fear, especially the fear of losing money, is the biggest obstacle to wealth. It's easy to be paralyzed by the thought of failure, but that keeps most people stuck. Kiyosaki learned that you must face your fears, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. It's like riding a bike. Once you get the hang of it, you'll wonder why you were ever afraid in the first place. Cynicism can also hold you back. That little voice in your head says, "This will never work." But guess what? The rich don't listen to that voice. They push through it and prove it wrong. And then there's laziness, an obstacle often disguised as being too busy. The truth is, if something is important enough, you'll find the time for it. To illustrate this, think of Elon Musk, who has faced countless obstacles on his journey to revolutionize industries, from nearly bankrupting Tesla to facing public ridicule with SpaceX. Musk has shown that the key to success is persistence and the ability to overcome internal and external challenges. He's faced his fears, learned from his mistakes, and kept moving forward, just like Rich Dad advised. Action items. Identify the fears that are holding you back from taking financial risks and start facing them head on. Challenge any negative or cynical thoughts that prevent you from pursuing new opportunities. Develop good financial habits like saving and investing regularly, and don't let laziness or procrastination get in your way. Chapter 8. Getting Started Your Journey. So you're ready to start your journey to financial independence. What's next? Kiyosaki provides a simple yet powerful roadmap. First, set your financial goals. What do you want to achieve, and by when? Next, take control of your finances by creating a budget, reducing debt, and starting to invest. Kiyosaki stresses the importance of taking action, even if it means starting small. The key is to get moving. He also advises surrounding yourself with people who can help you achieve your goals, mentors, advisors, and like-minded individuals who are on the same path. It's like assembling your financial dream team. Building wealth isn't about making one big move. It's about making consistent, smart decisions over time. It's like planting a tree. Each seed you plant today will grow into something much bigger. To give you a real-world example, think of Oprah Winfrey, who didn't just dream of success. She took action, one step at a time. From starting her production company to launching a media empire, Oprah has built her wealth by setting goals, taking control of her finances, and surrounding herself with a team that shares her vision. Action items. Set clear financial goals and create a plan to achieve them. Take control of your finances by creating a budget, reducing debt, and starting to save and invest. Surround yourself with mentors and advisors who can guide and support your financial journey. Chapter 9. Still want more? Here are some to-dos in the final chapter. Kiyosaki offers a treasure trove of tips and advice for those serious about achieving financial independence. He offers a list of action steps that will help you further your financial education and build wealth. Kiyosaki encourages you to continue investing in your financial education. Keep reading, attending seminars, and learning from successful investors. He also emphasizes the importance of taking risks and being willing to make mistakes, because that's where the real learning happens. And finally, stay motivated. The journey to financial independence can be challenging, but worth it. Keep your eyes on the prize and don't let setbacks or obstacles derail you from your goals. To keep you inspired, consider the story of J.K. Rowling, who went from living on welfare to becoming one of the wealthiest authors in the world. Her journey wasn't easy, but she stayed motivated, learned from her failures, and never gave up on her dream. Rowling's story is a testament to the power of perseverance and continuous learning, exactly what Kiyosaki advocates. Action items. Continue to invest in your financial education by reading, attending seminars, and learning from successful investors. Take calculated risks and be willing to make mistakes as part of your learning process. Stay motivated and focused on your financial goals, and never give up on your dreams of financial independence. As we wrap up this journey through the wisdom of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, remember, the road to financial independence isn't paved with shortcuts. It's built on smart decisions, continuous learning, and the courage to challenge the status quo. Whether you're just starting out or well on your way, the principles you've explored here can guide you toward a life where money works for you, not the other way around. Take these lessons to heart, put them into action, and keep pushing forward. Your financial future is in your hands, and with the right mindset and determination, there's no limit to what you can achieve. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with friends and family who could benefit from these insights. Let's grow this community of learners together, because the journey to financial freedom is even better when shared. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, stay curious, stay motivated, and keep building the life of your dreams.